Have you ever hired a family member because it felt easier or safer, more loyal, only to realize later that your business started feeling heavier instead of stronger? That's one of the hardest realities in family business because the problem usually isn't the family member. It's the lack of clarity around expectations, accountability, and role fit. And when that happens, you don't just create operational problems, you create emotional landmines. I've worked with family businesses for years, and I can tell you something most people are afraid to say out loud. Family businesses rarely fail because people don't care. They fail because people care so deeply that they avoid the difficult conversations. And one of the biggest danger zone is promoting family over merit. Now, before anyone gets defensive, let me be clear. Hiring family is not automatically wrong. Some of the most extraordinary companies in the world were built by families who trusted one another deeply. The issue is hiring family without systems. Because when there are no clear standards, no accountability, no objective way to evaluate performance, the business starts operating on emotion instead of capability. And eventually, everyone feels it. The non family employees feel overlooked. The high performers start disengaging, and the capable family members become resented. And the struggling family members often feel secretly overwhelmed because they were placed into roles they weren't actually prepared for. That's the part nobody talks about. Sometimes favoritism hurts the person receiving the favoritism too. I remember thinking about this through a metaphor I've used for many years. When I was a child, I was fascinated by the transparent overlays in our World Book Encyclopedia. One page showed the skeleton system, another showed the circulatory system, another revealed the muscles and nerves, and they were all they were transparent overlays. So they built one layer on top of the other. The bottom line was each system depended on the others working properly. Business works the same way. If one role is weak, unclear, or unsupported, the entire organization compensates for it. And in family business, people often overcompensate silently. Nobody wants to upset dad. Nobody wants to challenge the founder. Nobody wants to hurt their sister's feelings. So instead of addressing the issue directly, people tolerate dysfunction. And tolerated problems grow roots. That's why I often ask business owners this question. What have you been tolerating in your business that you know in your heart is not working? Because tolerance has a cost. Now, let's talk about what healthy family businesses do differently. Healthy family businesses understand that love and leadership, they're not the same thing. Love says, I care about you no matter what. Leadership says, I care enough about you to tell you the truth. That means every role in the company should have clear qualifications, defined responsibilities, performance expectations, accountability systems, regular reviews, not because you distrust family, but because clarity protects relationships. One of the smartest family businesses I worked with created a simple rule. Every family member had to work outside the company before joining the family business. Why? Because external experience builds confidence, perspective, and competence. It also reduces entitlement. And here's what's fascinating. When family members earn their place, the rest of the team respects them more. Trust increases, politics decrease, culture improves, because process prevents politics. Now, maybe you're listening to this and realizing you already have someone in the wrong seat. Don't panic. It isn't about blame. This is about redesign. Sometimes people aren't failing because they're incapable. They're failing because they're mispositioned. A visionary might be stuck doing operations. A relationship builder might be buried in spreadsheets. A loyal family member may simply need coaching, training, or a different role. So remember, the goal is not to make everyone equal. The goal is to make everyone effective. And effective businesses understand something powerful. Systems create freedom. And when expectations are clear, relationships become safer. People stop guessing, resentment decreases, performance improves. And suddenly, family gatherings don't feel like the hidden board meeting anymore. So here's a question worth sitting with. Are you building your business around relationships alone? Or are you building systems strong enough to protect the relationships that matter most? And if you're noticing warning signs in your family business, download our free guide. 10 warning signs your family business might be at risk and how to address them before it's too late. Sometimes the smallest shift in structure creates the biggest breakthrough in trust.